Hi, welcome to another YouTube video. I'm calling this series Photocise. So with this corona stuff going on all over the world, one of the few things you can do is actually exercise. So I'm going on my trusty bike over here behind me, going for a ride. But whenever I go for a ride, I want to take a camera along. So today I'm bringing along an old film camera, a Leica M4. So a Leica M4, and I got this old leather cover, old leather case for it, off eBay from Poland. There seemed to be quite a supply there. I don't know why, nowhere else in the world these old leather cases. And I'm shooting my first roll of film for something like 20 years. I found an old batch of film that I had in my boxes stored away, a color negative film. 200 ASA in those days, so 200 ISO these days. The expiry date was 2006, so if I would have bought it maybe even 10 years earlier, 1996, it could be 20 years I've actually been shooting some film. And there it is there. So it's a Leica M4. It's got a 50mm or 5cm lens on it, f3.5. It's one of these lenses that actually pull out. Great thing with these collapsible lenses is you get a really thin camera, and you can put this in your pocket. So to take off the lens cap, it's pretty straightforward, and then it's just a matter of rotating the lens, pull it out, and then rotating it, and that locks it in place, and you're ready to shoot now. Really straightforward. It's got a f3.5 5cm lens. My guess is the lens and the camera would have been manufactured back in the 60s, maybe 70s. And then on top of this, I've got a light meter. It's a battery operated light meter. There's two types available for this camera: a selenium type cell that doesn't require battery, and this battery operated one as well. So how do you use one of these babies? So film camera, and completely manual, and we've got a light meter as well at the top here. So the first things first, we've got to sort of choose our subject. I'll use this bike as the subject, and so we've got to photograph this bike. So the first thing we've got to do is work out how much light we've got. Let's assume I'm taking from this position. With this manual light meter, all I need to do is work out whether I've got a lot of light, or when I'm in little light conditions, and I'll just be using the red setting. If I've got a lot of light, like I do today, I'll be using the white scale, which is there, and the red scale is there. So all I have to do is basically press that button in, and then the light needle will go somewhere, and when I let go, it will hold that needle in place. So it's actually a really good approach to a really good design. So we'll just take a light meter reading, and when I let go, the light meter needle has moved. It's moved to that point there, and if I follow that line across, it's saying f4, and the shutter speed I've got here is 500ths of a second, and the ASA or ISO has been set to 200. So all I need to do is focus, manual focus, rangefinder, and take the shot. The question is this light meter accurate? I've got an app for that. It's actually on the iPhone. So I'll be taking photographs, and I have to digitize these photographs so that we can actually show it on the video as well. Shooting with high definition Kodak, 35mm film, 36 exposure. ISO 200. So I've used up a roll of film. It's showing 35. That's because I took a few extra shots trying to get it to load properly. How do I know that I can't take any more photographs? Well, I've wound this on without actually, so there's too much resistance there for this to rotate anymore, and I can't take the shot, so that means I've actually used up a whole roll of film. Also, the way you can check is there's still resistance there in the direction of the arrow, so I know that the film is still loaded, but I can't move it on and I can't take the shot. I've got to now take the film out. Okay, so this R here means rewind, so I've got to actually move that all the way around until it goes click, like that. Then I can actually rewind the film, and there's a little bit of resistance there, but I can actually rotate the film. Now keep on rotating until the film goes all the way back into the canister. Feel that the resistance disappears completely. It's just come off that roll now. If I keep on rolling, rotating it, the film has actually gone all the way back into the canister. Once that's done, then I can undo the back here, rotate that comes off, that releases, you can see there, and there's my roll of film. How exciting! Now I've got to actually load up another roll, so we'll expose that and we'll see what sort of results we have. For now, I'll just put this back on, stop any grit from getting in there, and voila. And I've reset the R back to there, so that when I put that roll of film in there, I'll be able to load it. The counter actually has gone into -2, which allows me to reload the film when I'm ready to reload. My next roll of film, still on the same 2006 expiry date, developed before 2006. Who knows what the results are going to be like. There's the new film, and then I'll put the used film back in the canister. These canisters are great. That's how it all used to be done, just with film canisters. So now we've got to load it in the camera here. So again, taking off the back. I do need to lift that straight away. And then I gotta load this in like this. So probably the best thing is just to pull this out a bit. Give me a bit of film here. Slide that in, and I don't know whether you can see, but there's all these 3 prongs in there. The film's got to go in there. And the most important thing is you want to get it on the little track. If the film is not lined up with these little teeth, it won't grab. I've got the canister in properly, but I haven't got this in properly. There we go. Obviously, I'm not pressing the middle because that's where the shutter curtain is. Okay, it's grabbed on the teeth there, and you can see it's rotating. That's good. Take another shot, and the film is actually going around the spool there, which is really good as well. So we'll just try that again, make sure it's working. Yep, it's definitely pulling. So I will put this back on. Okay, now if I wind my little handle here, there should be resistance, and there is. So now as I wind this, the handle should be turning at the same time, and it is. That's good. Take a shot and take another shot, and now that should have used up all the film that was exposed to the back. And now when I wind on to the next one here, then I'm on the count of 1, I'm ready to take the next shot. Alright, so hopefully that's all good. We've got to get these photographs processed. So I've got to find the place, process them, make some prints, and then also digitize the negatives into possibly color as well as maybe black and white, which I'll be able to share in the next video. In the next video I'll also show how I digitized the photographs or digitized the negatives. So stay tuned, subscribe and press notifications, and then you'll be notified when the next video is available, which will be available in the next 2 weeks. Cheers, see you next time.